Hello the internet of the internet. My name is Jay the Star, and in this video I am going to be talking about something different. I won't be talking about how to fix a show, what is a problem of a show, what is this problem, what's that. No. In this video I am going to be talking about Samgladiator roleplay yandere high school, and the reason why I'm talking about Samgladiator in his roleplay in yandere high school is because this roleplay was one of the best roleplay in YouTube Minecraft history. Sam is the best roleplayer Minecraft YouTuber ever, and this is the best series on Minecraft in a roleplay. This is the best series, and Sam is my childhood. This is legitimately my childhood. I grew up watching Sam. I was grown up watching yandere high school, so this roleplay, this series means a lot to me because I did fall in love with Samgladiator in his yandere high school from episode 1 to episode 83, the ending. Then Sam having Tokyo Soul part 1, then part 2, later part 2 not having Tortoise and Grion with him anymore, which that's gonna be a topic later in the series and in later down the road. So the reason why I want to do a video on this is because yes, this is my childhood, and I always come back and rewatch the series multiple times a year. Like once I finish Sam's whole roleplay from yandere high school to Tokyo Soul, I did every year. I promise you, I keep rewatching the whole series back to front every single year. Once or twice or maybe 3 times a year, I'll just watch and just rewatch the stuff. So this series is very important to me, and it's just for fun because now I'm a YouTuber myself. Now I want to talk about Tokyo Soul. I want to talk about yandere high school, and even though this might not get views, I am still gonna make this because this is very important to me. And this is my childhood, and I really enjoy this, and this is something that I want to do. So I don't care if this get views. I do care that if this get views because I put a lot of effort and energy into editing this video and making the script, recording them stuff. So this will take a lot of time and this will take a lot of energy. So at the end of the day, I do care if this video get some views or not. But this is still important to me. So ladies and gentlemen, the internet of the internet, I am going to start a whole new series of me reviewing Samgladiator's roleplay yandere high school, and this is going to be part 1, and part 2 will be me reviewing Tokyo Soul, the first half of Tokyo Soul. Then part 3 I will be making Tokyo Soul the second half because Tokyo Soul has 2 different, not series but 2 different parts. The first part is with Sam, Tortoise and Grion, and the second part is Sam being with new different creators in the Minecraft community. So Tokyo Soul has 2 different parts. So that what Tokyo Soul will kind of be like a 2-part things, but it will count as part 2, part 3 of the series. Then the last part 4, will be me reviewing Samgladiator's reboot series, because Sam did make a whole new series of yandere high school reboot. So that's gonna be part 4. Part 5 will be me just reviewing every other roleplay that Sam has done in the past, and I'm gonna be ranking them. So yeah, so that's gonna be my for the moment, that's gonna be our project on this channel, is doing a 5-part series on Samgladiator. So ladies and gentlemen, let's start off with a bang. Let's start off with yandere high school Samgladiator part 1. So ladies and gentlemen, please like the video and please subscribe. So the way I'm going to do this, I am going to do I'm going to split the episodes into arcs. So Samgladiator, Sam has a lot of different episodes in his roleplay stuff that is that is like like most of the episode are fillers, but there is some lore into the episode. But so there is a lot of different episodes, so I'm going to split them up into different arcs. So episode 1 to episode 8, I would like to call that the beginning arc. So I'm not going to do a summary of every episode, because then this video will be like 2 hours plus. So I'm going to do a quick summary on episode 1, then as a whole, episode 1 to 8, I'm going to talk it as a whole and say the most important stuff that happened in the characters that seem like it's going to have a big, be like focused on. So maybe just quickly go over episode 1, the summary. So episode 1, we kick off with Tortoise and Sam in the house, and we got introduced to Sam and Tortoise, and it seemed like they have been friends for a very long time. We also got some information. There was been a lot of murders recently in a town, which that is a clue and a lore to some stuff that could happen later in the series, which it gives the viewers some hey, this series is for kids, but the series will be very, very dark. Later we see Gareth, we see Jay the Star. We say the Star at the first half of this part 1 of Samgladiator's Yandere High School. Jay, the first half, he is going to be very important, but in episode 1, I remember episode 1 was very funny. The first time I watched it, I was laughing my butt off at Tortoise and Gale back and forth. Tortoise talking about Gale's wife. I was laughing my pants out. Then seeing Sam try to he tried to get Suki. That was very fun to me. His arc, Sam, at the beginning of this arc, the beginning and to the end of the arc, like at the end of this series, you will see a huge difference between Sam, how he just started the series and how he ended the series. But let's start. But Sam at the start, and of course I will talk about Sam later in his character development that happened over time. But Sam, you can definitely hear and just see. He's very to himself. He's not confident, and his only friend, Sam was making jokes that his only friends is Tortoise, and you can see how Sam really look up to Tortoise at some point. How it's very easy for Tortoise to talk to the ladies, and Tortoise being a talkative person, and you can see Sam does look up to Tortoise like that, and he tries his best to be confident. But this arc does not show Sam in the best of light, because it shows that Sam is very awkward, like a very awkward kid. Which is episode 1 to episode 8 that show Sam in that light. And Tortoise, on the other hand, he is the opposite to Sam. He's very confident. He can talk to anybody that you want. He can talk to a certain female characters, Selax, that will be very important later. But Tortoise, he's the opposite of Sam. He's confident, easy to talk to, have quick, witty comments, and they play on each other very well, because even though Sam is awkward and can't talk to people, Sam can talk to Tortoise, and that is pretty much because they're very good friends, they're very close, they like to live together. So that's the main reason. And Sam and Tortoise being the two main characters of the show, of course they will focus on those two from episode 1 to episode 8, the beginning of the arc, the beginning of the show. So the other main character, Jay, we don't get to see Jay a lot, but we can see Jay is the third wheel, not the third wheel, but he's part of a squad. He's part of Sam and the squad. He's close, and you can see with his personality, you think he'll be a douchebag because he's very rich. We can see he can buy any cars. He has a lot of money, so you think he'll be cocky and just braggy. He's rich, but Jay's actually a humble character, a humble rich character, which that does make Jay into a very fan favorite. And I was inspired by Jay. Jay was my favorite character in the series, so I literally when I was making my YouTube Sam Ality was inspired by Jay the Star in doing it. Like, my name is Lity, copy from the Jay the Star from Yandere High School. So Jay is my favorite character, and he's a very likable person. And the other main character in this group is Invader, and she's literally the most like normal female character you can get, but she is a little bit like a Boa Hancock into the series, and she is like a Sanji where she's some for Sam, and that does get annoying sometimes. And I don't like how, and okay, it makes sense for Sam to hate it because he's at this moment he's a very awkward guy and he does not like the attention, but he is looking for the attention in other ways. So I find it very hard for Sam to not like Invaders feeling on him. But other than that, we get to see Selax. We don't see a lot of her, but in the next arc we will see a lot of Selax, and her whole character does is very important to the series. Her character is probably one of the most important character into the series, but we'll talk about that later in probably in the next 5 to 3 minutes. But that's all the main characters that from episode 1 to episode 8 Sam on his roleplay they focus on, and put like energy into writing them out. But I know for a fact Sam did 100% write out his script, write out the idea and the story that he want, but you can see he mainly at this time he mainly focused on him and Totus and Jay. So now make me just fully talk about the summary of the arc. Now make me talk about the summary. The summary of this arc is very normal from episode 1 to episode 6, where there is some dark tones and there is some dark jokes that has been said already, and there is some dark stuff that already happened, like how Gareth said he wife that left him and now he's dead, he's like ex-wife, and there's a lot of like dark humor and dark dialogues that happen where the students and especially Totus think that Gareth the murder his wife, and Gareth is like getting close to deleting himself, and is getting more and more like that on that verse of that deleting himself situation. And in this like first part, it isn't the darkest in the series, but you can tell this roleplay is made for kids because of certain stuff they're talking about in certain topics, but you can tell there is some dark humor and some dark stuff and lore that is happening under like beneath those kid friendly stuff. Sam is hiding it very perfectly, because once we got into episode 7, I think it's episode 7, where Gareth did as he did delete himself from the world, and we can see out of nowhere that they hit us with a train. Like in that one moment, like looking back, that one moment really set the stage for the series and really shook the series to the core and to tell the audience, hey, Sam is basically saying to you, this is not just a Minecraft roleplay series for kids. This is dark, and there is going to be very serious topic that will be happening into the series. And looking back at it, like when I first watched this, I didn't really understand what happened with Gale. And so me as a kid, I didn't understand what was going on and why they were freaking out. But now rewatching it, it was kind of extremely dark for that to happen. And when I rewatched it, they didn't say the S word, and they only say he hanged himself, and which I do understand this is kid friendly YouTube at the time, but I will talk about that later. The dark tone and Sam making dark jokes and having dark moments in a kid friendly Minecraft roleplay video, I'll talk about that later. But anyways, looking back at that, I really enjoyed this moment, because not because of him deleting himself. It's a moment where, okay, from episode 1 to episode 6, they were hinting at a dark theme that is going on. They're hinting at, Tisa Gale's wife leaving him, then she died. Then the first episode where literally one of the first lines was somebody did pass away. So, and having dark tones and lines and jokes going on. This does hit out of nowhere, but in a good way, in an exciting way, because you can't say, oh, I wonder what happened now. So now Sam to put that idea in your mind where this isn't a kid show, and there will be dark topics. Then moving on from that, episode 8 did give us a light-hearted thing where Sam, Toad, and Jay have to steal the robot from the shop, which that give us a very nice, like not a serious moment. It was a funny moment and less serious. And now having Total start his Torito brand and introducing Paul Blart was one of the best things they have done, because Paul Blart is one of the most funniest Samgladiator's character. From the fact that he's hiding, but in plain sight, but he's acting like they can't see them, and Paul, keeping a close eye on them. So episode 1 to episode 8, the arc, the beginning of the arc is a good arc to start off, because we got introduced to good and funny characters that might be, important later. But not only that, we got introduced to some mystery in the show. What happened to Tisa Gale? Who killed Tisa Gale's wife? So now we got some mystery now, and we also got new characters. So that was the first big arc of the show. Sam Yandere High School, the beginning of this arc is over. Now let's move to the next arc, and this arc is the mistake that happened. From episode 9 to episode 16, the mistake. Now it's time for the mistake arc. The mistake arc is honestly one of the most, out of no way, and in my honest opinion, a little bit more darker than the last one. And this one is the mistake arc is way more funner, and now you can see Sam's creativity is coming in full effect, and especially in this arc where Sam have put in some storylines where is more mystery and is building tension and mystery to the story, but at the same time having fun, feeling like a normal role player and not feeling like a series. Which I understand, Sam, when he created this role play, he probably didn't see this as a used, story, character driven and big plots happening, and which I completely understand. But I think Sam, got bored and put some mystery in the story, and balancing it out with some of him and Tota's banter and personality really come through this arc. So this arc goes more deeper into Selex and Tota's relationship, and that's the main thing. Tota's and Selex's relationship definitely took the main part of this arc. But let's switch up and let's talk about Sam, Invader, and Dom, because the Invader stuff, I can't lie, I gotten very annoyed in the first arc with Invader, and I thought Invader was like a background character, and she can be very fun. Whoever's playing Invader, the role play, whoever's playing Invader is very funny, and she's having a very fun time. But Invader as a character can be very extremely annoying with her and Sam's, whole relationship and feeling forced and stuff like that. But adding Dom to, the cast definitely is a huge benefit, and is helping, with this relationship with Invader and Sam, having like a love triangle, but having Sam trying to get out of the love triangle is very funny, and seeing Dom is crazy for Invader while Invader is crazy for Sam, and Sam just don't want to be part of this in general. I think it was very funny seeing how Dom would get so jealous so quickly, and seeing Sam is actually like changing his character from being bullied into actually getting involved, and actually got into a fight with Dom. I think that was quite funny what they done there. And so I just really enjoyed Dom. And Dom, you will see, I will have a lot of praise about Dom, because who's ever playing Dom is funny. Dom as a character is entertaining as hell. So here's my one so far one complaint I have with the series is that even though this has stories, this roleplay has big story and use mystery, I feel like Totus and Sam, they like to mix things up, which I do understand, because it's a role player and it's on the spot, that they don't have a script. You can see they don't have a script, and I think that's the main thing why this is very entertaining, because this is not a script. Like, this is just like a normal role player and extremely on the spot role play. And yes, some stuff is planned out, but I don't think a lot of stuff is planned out, which I enjoy, but at the same time it does hurt the series, because there's some stuff Totus and Sam would leave things out and get mixed up. That's my only complaint when it comes to the story part. But when it comes to the YouTube, to the character, and to like genre or roleplay, it's very entertaining. The on the spot stuff, no scripts, very it flows well together and give a lot of chemistry to each other, Sam and Totus. But the big thing that happened in this arc is when Sam and Dom is having their rivalry, and when Sam challenges Dom to go into the school, and then we meet Tisa and Gareth. And this have been burnt up to this, because before this, Totus and Sam went on a date with Invader and Selax, and they will burn that up. And when they run into Major Allen, we see is I don't know what it is, but a frozen metal. And Major Allen told Sam and Totus someone will get hit by a car, and then see they drop a hint. Sam will make a mistake that would cause someone, Selax, to get hit by a car. Because that will lead to when Sam and Dom almost got into a fight, the second fight, because in the beginning of the arc, Sam and Dom got into a fight and Sam went to jail. And Sam challenged Dom to a challenge who can ever stay in the school longest would win. I mean, would just have a bragging right. And with Dom did win, but when they went into school, it was nighttime, it was raining, they did run into the ghost Gareth. And Ghost Gareth was talking about who killed his wife. And so that add more mystery to the story and leading to the mistake happening. And that's why this arc's name is The Mistake, because Sam to commit the mistake that lead to Selax death. Because later, the next episode, when Sam lost the thing, the next episode we see Selax got hit by the car, and that's the big thing, that's the mystery now. Who killed Tisa Gareth's wife and who killed Selax? So now that's the two big things that is going to happen in the series. The mystery of who ran over Selax, was it an accident, who killed Tisa Gareth's wife, and stuff like that. So that's going to be the big main plot, the mystery of the story. And to continue with this, I think a couple of episodes later, doing all of this, by the way, doing the whole arc, the last arc in this arc, the whole time, Totus is getting sued. Totus and Sam is getting sued, and they lost the house because they couldn't pay the rent, because they're busy getting sued by Mr. Doritos, because Totus to steal the concept of Doritos making Doritos. So the two boys, the two gang is getting sued. They lost the house, and now they're stressed. So Totus lost his girl. Sam broke up to Invader, saying, "Hey Invader, we will never date." Dumping Invader. Totus got his girlfriend got hit by a car. They are getting sued. They lost the house. So they are completely rock bottom. And now, and doing all of this, by the way, someone just stole Selax's phone and it's texting Tortoise for the last 2 episodes to end the arc. So the last 2 episodes, Tortoise was getting texted by this weird person that stole Selak's phone, and that's why we can't say this was an accident, because who would steal a phone from someone that is dead and takes their boyfriend? So it's not an accident, it's on purpose. This was on purpose, this was planned. So the mystery is getting thicker and more brutal of who killed Selak's and Tisakev's wife. So that is the ending of this arc, and this arc really showed Tortoise and Sam is rock bottom. They are rock bottom. They lost the girls, except for Sam. Sam didn't even have a girl to start with, and the mystery is growing, and Tisakev is a ghost now, remember? I think I didn't say that, Eve didn't say that, but when Sam and Dom went into the school for the silence, they did see ghost Kev. So I think that's, if I missed that, then I just say it now. So yeah, so all of that is happening. They're rock bottom, and now it's time for the next arc, and that arc is the New Town arc. And now for one of the shortest arc in the series is the New Train. So not the New Train, it's the New Town arc. The New Town arc is only 3 episodes, from episode 17, episode 18, and ending on episode 19 is the New Town arc. And this arc is just mainly used to set up a bigger plot and some mystery, and to set up a certain gang to be one of the main villains of the series. But also doing all of this is also to give the roleplay a new atmosphere, a new, setting, a new background for the series, which I think was honestly a good plan, because having 2 different towns that our main cast Sam and Tortoise can travel and do some other scenes, setting up for more, it's just more fun. It's just more funner, and it's more word burden, having the fact that the main cast can travel from the new town to the old town, and it's just for more background, more word burden, and putting something very important in Tortoise's character that maybe was originally a joke, but with them amazing roleplay and amazing job of setting up jokes on the spot, setting up stuff on the spot, and just going out. It's just not having this clip is really making the series great, because doing this New Town arc, we learn that Tortoise can actually ride a train, and that will be very important in the series, and that will stay in Tortoise's character, that he is able to drive a train. So then, but other than that, setting up the Yakuza, setting up Tortoise can drive the train. And I think I forgot to say this in the review, or in the summary, or in the review of this episode, of this video, that from the second arc, which that was the mistake arc, ever since from the mistake arc, or the beginning of this, so like the beginning of this roleplay, we know that Tortoise has his own, brand. Tortoise has his own food company, Doritos, and which kind of start out as like a gag, but slowly turned into a big thing, because with Doritos, getting copyrighted, and Sam and Tortoise getting sued, they took some Doritos and they copy strike it, and they done like a lawsuit on Tortoise and them, so they lost the house. So that has started ever since the second episode of this roleplay of this series, that this to happen. Which this that also caused them, the main reason for them to move town, because they didn't have enough money to pay the rent. And that's something that you need to remember in the series, that Tortoise and Sam, they are high school and they're broke. They're in high school and they're broke as hell. So just remember that, and that's gonna be that's the main struggle of Sam and Tortoise as like a friendship. They are broke as hell, and they can't get over the fact that they are broke. So yeah, so that's everything that happened in this arc. Which this arc is fun and it is funny, have some highlights, but it's definitely the weaker one, and it's of course because of the theme and what Sam is doing and the roleplay and the setting. This is definitely the weakest one, but it's still a decent watch. Now it's time to get into the next arc, and now it's time to go to the worst arc in this roleplay, and definitely the most hard to watch section of this roleplay, and the most cringy and most weirdest part of this roleplay of the Yandere High School. Sam gotta hate this roleplaying. Gosh damn, I had a struggle watching all of this. And with this arc is the dress up arc. With the dress up arc is from episode 20 to episode 34, and this arc contains 14 episodes in the dress up arc. And trust me, ladies and gentlemen, this is definitely the worst arc so far. So the dress up arc, being one of the worst arc and one of the longest arc, does not serve the best thing, since this arc is one of the longest arc with 14 episodes from episode 20 to episode 34. It is quite horrible, and the main reason is because this arc don't put Sam in the base of light, and this arc is turning Sam into unbearable character that is addicted to this one character, that this character don't have the same feeling towards Sam. And this Sam is the worst Sam we gotten, the second worst Sam, because I will talk about the worst Sam that we gotten later. But the dress up arc, so basically I on purposely to say nothing about this, and it's because of this. Like from the first arc we got, Sam had a big crush on Suki. That was one of Sam's big thing. He has a massive crush on Suki. Okay, and this whole 2-3 arcs, Sam has been trying to get this poor girl every single time. Like Sam being so awkward and crazy. At first it was funny, but then they turned the funny into something horrible, and he was giving me Sonji's vibe in Fishman Island. Like this was the worst Sam we got. It's just a weird Sam that is addicted to this one person, and these feelings on mind that she like him, and they are together. They're meant to be together, like it's just a innator from My Hero. Like he's giving me a pervy character. Sam was very pervy, weird character doing this, which I hated it. And Sam and Tortoise, relationship was kind of off, because every line that Sam was, saying, of course, some of his lines he's about, making jokes, making stuff with Tortoise, but most of Sam's dialogues was about Suki. And it's just like, so far the best thing about the series was Sam and Tortoise relationship and the banter they had with each other. And to me, they didn't even have a good banter with each other, because Sam was mostly talking about Suki most of the times, and it just felt off. And even when Sam let him make wedding things. Sam was setting up a whole wedding for this girl that don't even like him, and they're not even dating. So when Sam asked Suki out, Suki doesn't know, and she's lesbian. Then we got that huge thing that Suki is not into Sam and she's lesbian. And so when I just seen that part at first, I said, okay, finally. Like even me as like a small kid, I was probably 11 or 12. Even me, I was getting my 11-year-old son was getting awkward, and he just want this whole thing to be over. And when I'm rewatching it, I still feel even worse rewatching it. I just want it to be done and over. But nope, Sam say the only way to get her is if I turn into a lesbian, and no. It got even worse. So Sam went to Selak's grave, got her old uniform, and he's dressed as Selak's good to go to the school. And even me at the 11, 12-year-old watching this for the first time, I felt awkward hearing Sam and seeing Sam in Tortoise, old girlfriend's clothing, the same girl that got killed not too long ago. I felt so awkward and confused, and Sam, why are you doing this weird stuff? And at first, like rewatching this, I still get extremely sickening and embarrassment from all of this. So seeing Sam dress up as Tortoise, they like their girlfriend, even me, 11-year-old me, first wasn't this was also awkward. And I swear every time I rewatch the series, I always skip this arc because this arc with Sam was disgusting. I really hated this arc with Will and Besson. Then what was Sam's second plan? Sam's second plan was to poison Suki's girlfriend, So Awo. When he broke into the house, they ran into Yuki. Then Yuki was taking a bath and everything. They got out and they put the poison in the freeze. Then Soul Owl then took poison. Suki took the poison, and Sam said he had to put a lot of that poison into, the poison for Soul to drink, but Soul didn't drink it. Suki did, and Suki became paralyzed. Like she couldn't move an inch for some few episodes. Like she was paralyzed, she couldn't move. So Sam almost killed his cross. He almost killed somebody, and this started to awaken it's been the worst quality of Sam, his ego and his main character personality. But luckily the best thing that came out of this was Dom, and Dom was getting a little bit more screen time during this time, which that was the best part. We got introduced to Mr. Dorito himself, which Mr. Dorito is Dom's father. So we see more Dom and we see Mr. Dorito. Tortoise was being Tortoise was just there. But this whole arc just really took just added the worst qualities into Sam and just take Sam's worst quality out of him. His best quality was not in this arc. And then Sam and Tortoise went on a date so Sam can learn how to treat a woman right. And Sam was making fun of Tortoise the whole time. And Sam was hinting, and Sam was talking to Yuki, and it seemed like Sam and Yuki have a lot of things in common. Just remember that. So that's everything that we learned from this arc. So that's the summarized version of this arc. And at the end of this arc, I think Suki got back into normal, Rowan the Snapper Nate back into place. So that's the end of this arc. Now it's time to go to the next arc, which I will name this arc the Mystery Arc. The Mystery Arc is the base arc so far in my review, and honestly, if I have to go and rewatch an arc, it has to be the Mystery Arc, because thank goodness they bring Sam out of that weird, arc, that small, extremely weird character growth, from Sam being addicted, trying to force somebody to like him, Sam being a widow, and Sam finally they decide to go back to his normal route and just be the normal Samgladiator that we fell in love. And Tortoise and Sam Painter really they connect, and I feel like it was heavy miss during the dress up arc, and it didn't even feel like Sam and Tortoise during the dress up arc. And finally Sam and Tortoise they're back to be normal and done being Torisa and the other personality, the split personality. But thank goodness they are back. But anyways, this arc contains more mystery, and this arc continues the abuse storylines in the series. So the big storyline is who killed Selex, who killed Tisaga's wife, and who is the accuser. So this arc continues with the mystery of the accuser. It continues the mystery of who killed Selex and who killed Tisaga's wife. So this arc is really low, heavy, but at the same time it has great banter between Sam and Tortoise, great moment between them, and this arc was really great from this arc. And the way this arc starts, it starts with, from the last episode they had dress up day where they can cosplay a character and come to school. So Sam was cosplay as that character from Hunter x Hunter, I forgot his name, Hisoka. So Sam cosplay as Hisoka and Tortoise cosplay as Fright Night and Freddy. Which honestly, I'm looking back, when I was first watching this series I did not know who the hell was Hisoka, but going back into the series once I got into anime, Then I finally noticed, oh, this is Hisoka, and then I really loved that cosplay. But at first I just thought it was a very weird cosplay from Sam, and I didn't know who was the person. But then Yuki told Sam and Totus that see the scene Son Yandere with Selak's phone. With that opened Sam and Totus' eyes, and Yuki told those two that maybe Son Yandere was the one that drove over Selak's, and maybe she was the murderer behind all of this. So basically, the whole time, Yuki and Totus, they're acting like they are going on a date and act like they're dating, because Yuki say she think Sean have a crush on Totus, and that's why they decide to do that to get closer to Totus. Which then the whole time they act like they're dating and all of that, just to set up Son Yandere to go to Yuki's bathroom and try to murder her. But before all of this happened, Sam, Totus, and Yuki the plan and asked Rowan and Miss Okami and Silly, because at this point they knew that Okami and Silly is part of, the mentalists. They are like ops. They are, and Okami and Silly and Rowan is like a FBI agent. So they've known that they the plan for Rowan and Okami to stop Yandere before they kill Yuki, to imprison Son Yandere. So that's the whole thing. Then after that, when it's photo day, so when before they go and take them a photo, they realize something is not adding up. So Sam asked Totus to go and let's go look at Selak's house. Let's just go and try to cast, or just to look at some stuff to see could it actually be Son Yandere that killed Selak. We later found a letter that was hinting at a different person that was watching her, and it's a man with a suit, with a hat, and with non-brown hair and with blue eyes. Then, as Sam was reading this book, Totus did spot Mr. Yakuza. Then Sam and Totus did run from Mr. Yakuza, which then the day was pretty normal, and that is the arc. But one thing I must say about this arc, even though this arc is the best, you must turn off your brain and just watch it for fun. Because when I was doing this video, when I was rewatching this stuff and looking at all the plots, it does look weird, and it's just like it didn't look like Sam did plan this episode out, and Sam had a whole big plan to do all this, because this kind of came out of left field. Why Yuki waited so long to tell Sam and Totus about this information? And the plan of the plan of Son trying to go kill Yuki at her house while she's taking a bath, it was kind of like a lucky guess that would happen, because Yuki didn't got any information that this could have happened, and she didn't knew that Son would actually go through and try to break into the house and kill Yuki. So this plan came out of a left field, and it seemed like they didn't have any reason to do it, but they just done it, and they were lucky it happened. And it came out of left field that Son had a trust on Totus, even though they planned out Son, being with Totus, or trying to talk to Totus, or having some scenes with those two, or even having Son in the background watching them, but they didn't done that, because that's quite odd. And for this whole thing, at first I was loving this, but looking back at the smallest detail, you can still think and just find out, okay, yeah, this is a roleplay. This is a small Minecraft roleplay that Sam is going week by week by weekend by week, with no massive idea coming out of this, which I hope so, because this kind of seemed like a very stupid plan from Yuki. But that's all my problem with this arc. Then why didn't any of the cops Paul Blood or Rowan or Kami found a letter in Selak's house? If Selak did die, you think the FBI or the police would go through her house to make sure there's something going on here, but they didn't, and Sam was the one to find the book. So yeah, it was quite weird. But that's the end of the arc. But that's everything I have to say about this arc and the problems I have with this arc. But even though this arc has some problems, I think this arc is still a very awesome viewing from us, and it is a good arc to us. It's a very good arc to us. And to end this, arc off, when Sam and Tortoise went back to the house to go and sleep, they, in a new town, the same person that was in Selak's house was also in the flat in Sam and Tortoise's hotel, and they can see it was Mr. Yakuza. And that was at the time when I was smaller and we was in the I thought, oh crap, this will be bad, like extremely bad. Then with Tortoise and Sam, decided let's go stay with Jay for the moment. And at this point I was thinking to myself, wow, those two boys got them into huge problems. And looking back, why they didn't call the police to go to the house or to the hotel? I mean, Rowan Okami and Sally was also there, but I mean, hey, it's a kid role play. So yeah, so that's the end of this arc. Now let's move on to a smaller arc. Let's move into the school project arc, which this is a full arc, by the way. But now it's time for the pet arc, which the pet arc is one of the shortest arc, but this arc is legit a proper filler. And the pet arc is only episode 41 to episode 43. So this arc is quite short and it's a full arc, so you can basically skip this episode, and there's not a lot of things to talk about in this arc. The main thing that they've done is that for homework they must bring a pet to school, but since Sam don't have a pet, he decided to make Tortoise into his pet as a turtle. So that's basically all, and nothing major happened, nothing big happened. There's this bird on a relationship between Tortoise and Suki doing this, and we just see Rowan. It's legit not a lot of things happened. Rowan was a dog, he was dressed as a dog, and that's basically all. And not a lot of big things has happened in this arc, and you can skip this arc. But the next arc is honestly, it is a full arc, but at the same time, this arc is a very important arc because it introduced a brand new main character into the cast. So this next arc we'll call it the C arc, and this will be introducing Grion into the series. So the C arc is episode 44 to episode 48, which is a 5-episode part in this arc. Actually, I forgot something big did happen in the pet arc, and this is honestly the biggest thing that that happened in the pet arc, which is that Tortoise asked Yuki out to prom, because in that episode they got homework that prom will be in a few days, and Tortoise asked Yuki out to prom, which that so Tortoise is actually getting over the whole Selex thing, because ever since the death of Selex, Sam have been making small jokes that Tortoise should go and find a new fish, a new girl, and it seems like Tortoise has finally come over Selex being dead. So that's a small character development, which if the series was made to be like a proper series and not a random role play. Me personally, if this was a proper TV series, I would like for Sam to go into deeper depths of Tortoise getting over Selex and going on to date Yuki to prom. And yeah, so I didn't want to talk about that, but now the reason why I talk about this, because this will come important in this arc, the C arc. So in this arc, Sam and Tortoise went to the sea, but they introduced a whole brand new character into the cast. They introduced the third main character, and that's going to be Grion. And when they introduced Grion fit in the main cast so perfectly, and it's not because Grion is the other character that you can actually hear him speak, because every character they use, the typing thing in Minecraft to talk to each other, while Tortoise and Sam talk on Discord, and you can actually hear the voice. and it's actually could be a good thing because maybe they don't have good microphones, so that might disturb the whole vibe. But Grion being part of this trio and having like having the fact that you can hear his voice and Grion and his personality just fit perfectly, because Grion is very different from Sam and Totus with his own personality, the way he talks. So you can pick which one is talking if you're not, looking and watching. And they're way different from each other. Like you have Totus, the confident guy, and yeah, making jokes, a cool guy. Then you have Sam, who we see is at the background. He's so sometimes he can get a little bit crazy, but he's talkative, he's nice background. Like Grion, he not goofy like Sam and Totus. He's a little bit more serious, and when he makes jokes, he's not those laugh out jokes. It's quite to himself, well spoken, and basically Grion have a whole different vibe to all of this with Sam and Totus, which Grion fit perfectly. And I'm very happy they added Grion, because Grion added a new vibe and a whole new sense into the relationship with Sam and Totus. But this arc is basically them going out to the sea, having a day off, like a filler anime arc when the main characters go to the sea to have a day off. It's basically like that, but at the same time has a little bit of how can I say this? It's not a filler, but at the same time it is a filler, because nothing really happened, but at the same time a lot of stuff happened. They introduced Grion. They say that Sam also want to go out with Yuki to prom, so now Yuki is going out to prom with Totus and Sam, which that will come up later in Baby, and it will be very important later into the series. So it's very important that you need to watch this arc, because it's quite important. But basically nothing big happened, but the banter, the relationship between Sam, Totus and Grion, they work so perfectly. And throughout all of this, at the first few arcs, Jay the star was always in the main group. Jay was like the third main character, but at the same time he was not the third main character, because Jay didn't talk a lot. Jay does not have a lot of dialogues, but he's always in the scenes with Totus and Sam, and Jay just seemed like a fly on the wall sometimes, which Grion is not, because Grion get involved with the show. You can actually hear him talk, and that's a different. And I'm a big Jay the Star fan, so I was hoping to see Jay more in the series, but lately, ever since the first 2-3 arcs, Jay did appear very often, but in the later half, like you would sometimes even forget about Jay being there, so that's quite an awkward thing also. So I miss Jay a lot, but Grion makes up for Jay's absence, and you can even say Grion is even far better than Jay. And I just think because most of the cast is still in school, that what Sam to say in one of his comment in one of his videos, that they can't make the series like almost every day because most of the cast is in school. So I think Jay at this time was still in school, so he couldn't appear in a lot of those kind of stuff. But hey, who cares? But still, Grion adds so much depth into the story. And the big thing that happened, I think I already say this, is that Sam to ask Yuki to prom, with Yuki to say yes, and now Totus, Sam and Yuki are going out on prom together, which it created a very weird dramatic there. And another thing that happened is that Son Yandere got released from jail, and now Totus and Sam is thinking to themselves, then Son got killed, Selax Shunsi still be in a jail, and Ron and Akami could not say 100% it was Son, so Son is released from jail. And then Grion asked Son out to prom, which they were making jokes that Grion won't even come to prom, so that's gonna be a fun thing. But literally everything else, that happened. But the most thing that happened is Son being out of jail, which could hint at the mystery of Selax and other stuff, and Rowan in a car, he could not answer that Sean killed Salax of the car. But hey, that's the end of this arc. Now let's go into the biggest and into the best 2 episodes, into the biggest and the shortest, the absolutely greatest arc. With that is the
prom
arc. Honestly, I could honestly say this is the best 2 episodes. Like, if I have to make a top 5 best episode in Samgladiator's roleplay things, this is like both of these 2 episodes would definitely make it on to my top 5 best top 5 episode of this roleplay series. And the reason why I say that is because Sam, they put so much lore into this episode, so much mystery. Like, we have been awesome, like, not we, but watching this back, I've definitely could say, when Sam want to add the mystery, when Sam want to add the story into the roleplay, it's so much better. And in this 2 episodes, and especially in episode 50, there's so much detail, not detail, but mystery and lore and story has come out in so much stories in this episode, and so much story that we can take out, and we can make our mystery of who the killed Salax, who the killed Gale's wife, and it's so much stuff has been answered. And now I can say this whole arc is definitely the best, and even though it's episode 49 to episode 50, this arc is the best. And it's like, honestly, rewatching this, I have so much like fun time watching episode 49. Episode 49 is definitely for the small kids, has a lot of good jokes, have Sam and Totus fighting for Yuki, and it's so funny when, you know, like when Totus and Totus and Sam spend all their money on Yuki just for Yuki to have to spend her money for both of them. And episode 49 was very fun, and you feel very special seeing all the classmates being together, having fun. It gives us a nice atmosphere of all the classmates with Sam, Dom had dropped in this arc, guys, but let's continue. But when all of them come together and they just have fun, 49 is burning up to episode 50, but 49 by itself, it's so wonderful rewatching it, because it gives back so many nice memories of them being together, the classmates having fun, Totus and Sam banter bouncing off each other, and Yuki having the main spotlight, because the whole series Yuki was not important until to this moment, which they finally giving Yuki a good moment. Yuki is finally starting to feel like a main character, and Sam feel normal again. He's done chasing after Suki. All of this feel nice, like it brings back to you from the old days. Like episode 49 was wonderful. Then when we get to episode 50, they did drop the pen. I mean, not in a bad way, but in an awesome way. The moment where Yuki pulled out the knife on Sam, and like it literally like put like not fear in my heart, but it literally make me pause. It opened my mouth in shockness. I was surprised when this happened, because now we might have finally gotten the answer of who killed Salax, who killed Tissa's Gale's wife. So when we got that, it literally dropped the ball. Like, I was in like shock when that happened. Sam freaking out. Sam's just thinking, oh no, make me not tell my friends what happened. Maybe just keep this down low, then we can deal with this later. Then Yuki running after Sam, looking for Sam the whole time with a knife in the hand was quite scary, but it was phenomenal. This arc is just the best, and the reason why this arc is the best because Sam to put story into this 2 episodes. Story was made here, and episode 49 was made for episode 50. It was made to put up the hype, to put up the big moment of Yuki pulling out the knife. This all episode 49 to episode 50, safe kiss. And this is definitely a big changing point into the series now. this is the halfway point in the series. Episode 49 and episode 50 is the halfway point, and now every episode it feel like we are getting more story, because I think Sam have realized to this point that if you put more story and more mystery into the episode, the fans will enjoy more, and the episode will be far better. And this is a start, because starting from here we are asking big story episode full of stories. So this arc is a safe kiss, was phenomenal. I really enjoy myself watching this, and was this beautiful. And just to give you guys the summary of what happened, so Sam, Tortoise and Yuki went to prom, and from there on they was having a great time until they realized Son Yandere was by herself and she was crying and she was not having a good time. And Sam told Tortoise to go out with Son, and then he would deal with Yuki, because Sam just want to, make Tortoise they not horrible, but Sam just wants to pull a prank on Tortoise and just try to, just cause a little bit of chaos with Tortoise. Not something big where Tortoise, or when Sam's just only after Tortoise girl because he's jealous or is just a competition to Sam, but Sam's just doing it for the Lord. He's just doing it for the joke. So when Sam told Tortoise, hey, Tortoise go with Son, then I was just, end it with Yuki. So when Sam told Yuki, in a horrible way, by the way, Sam told Yuki that in a horrible way that him and Tortoise is not going out with Yuki. So then Yuki pulled the knife out on Sam. Sam says Yuki away. They continue with the day until the party was over and they went to go party in Suki's house. And then Yuki living in that house, by the way, we know that for a long time. Yuki does live in Suki's house. Yuki broke into the house looking for Sam with the knife, and Sam and Tortoise they run away, and they could not go into the new town because Yuki is by the train station. So then Tortoise and Sam have to stay the night with Son Yandere to end the arc. And this arc was honestly a good one. Like, if you guys really get bored, just rewatch that 2 episode. I mean, it's quite long. Both episodes like 20 minutes, but still it was a phenomenal watch. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the arc. Now the Halloween arc is not considered an episode because in the title it says Halloween special, and it could be viewed as like a filler, but I don't see it as a filler because it's honestly very important once again. So the Halloween arc is about 5 episodes in this Halloween arc, and if you guys have boring times, if you guys get bored, then I recommend you guys watch this, because this arc is honestly one of the best. Okay, I know recently I keep saying that in the videos with the whole prom arc and with this arc, but I really do mean this. Like, it's short, only 5 episodes, and it's very easy to understand what's going on. And this is the first arc where we see Sam, Tortoise and Grion in like a proper big event arc, and it's the first big arc Grion is having other than the sea arc. But once again, the sea arc, there's not a lot of things happen in the sea arc, it's just smaller details happen in that arc. While in this arc, this Halloween arc, this arc is quite very important and impactful for the series. And Grion's personality of his quick wittiness is coming through with a dry sense of humor, combining it with his wittiness. Really, again, it helped the main cast to be different and build the connection. And in this arc, we see that Son Yandere and Tortoise are building a connection, and it seems like they are getting closer, and we are getting that Selex's relationship that we could have seen if Selex's daddy now got run over. And we see that Yuki and Sam also got a very weird relationship that will come for later on. And this led to the main cast with Sam, Tortoise, Grion, Yuki and Son. Those 5 is really a good balance of personality coming through, and it's really like watching it is quite funny seeing all of them interact. And I only hope that Sean and Yuki that had could also hear their voice. I think there'll be much more benefit from that, but hey, who cares? But basically, make me summarize the version of this arc. So literally, Sam and Totus was hiding from Yuki, and it was Halloween. So they went on a mini Halloween walk to get some candies until Sam ran into Mr. Yakuza, who is Mr. Yakuza, forced Sam to date Yuki, and they went to get Korean, and later they got Yuki. So they walk around, have some few conversation until Sam and Totus got into an argument who is a better boyfriend, with Yuki and Sean is having a bitter rival between each other, which boyfriend is better than each other, until they come up with a whole plan that whoever is the last one standing and don't leave the school will be called the manliest man. With Sam, Totus and Korean have accepted, and Mason Allen have joined the cause for Korean to go out with. But something very unique that happened in one of the episodes. We've seen that Pepe the frog, with Pepe, I think I didn't say or mention anything about Pepe, but Pepe is a frog human-like, because in this world there's fishmen and there's frog people, and the fishmen and the frog people are having a rivalry, and they're fighting over stuff and being racism. So Pepe is a very popular character, and honestly I think Pepe is the top 5 most popular character in the series. But so Pepe got gotten taken over from Tisa Gareth. Tisa Gareth have taken over Pepe's body, and in his dialogue when Gareth took over Pepe's body, Gareth was asking who killed his wife. Then he kept mentioning Totus, hinting it was Totus, and Gareth thinking it's Totus, but Totus, and Tisa Gareth have a very weird relationship, and that's something that need to be pointed out, and something that is honestly the first time in quite a long time as he mentioned the whole who killed Tisa Gareth's wife whole plot, because they don't mention that a lot, and this is the first time they actually do mention that, so it's quite surprisingly. But after that, they went into the school. They got haunted by Tisa Gareth, but not only Tisa Gareth was chasing after them in the ghost body, but Selax was also there, and her ghost figure was also there. And Totus and Grion Sam keep asking Selax who killed you, and it seemed like they don't know who killed Tisa Gareth's wife. The ghosts don't know, Selax don't know who killed herself, and Tisa Gareth is keep hinting at Totus, and Tisa Gareth say you want to kill, delete our 3-man cast. While Selax was not on board or off board, I don't know why, but hey, who cares? And then I think Sam was the first person to leave the school, then Totus and Korean won in the competition and seeing all the ghosts, and then the 3 girls walked back and seemed like Son and Yuki are friends again. They got into the whole conversation, argument, who answered won, until Sam stabbed Totus, but Totus to say something about Yuki. And Totus was hinting at maybe it was Yuki that killed Selax, because I believe Totus says something about Selax ghost. Selax, which they got uncomfortable with Son, and Yuki, which that is hinting at something. Hey, we don't know yet, but then when Totus keep blaming Yuki, Sam got upset for very weird reasons. Sam got upset, and then he stabbed Totus. And with that is a small joke that Sam don't understand fine words, and this is the first time Sam actually understand a fine word. So yeah, that's everything that happened in this arc, and all the big things that happened. But let's get into the mystery of this arc. We have learned if you die in this world, you might turn into a ghost and haunt the place where you got killed. So that could happen. That we learn. Another thing is, their ass is going balls deep into the mystery now. They're going balls deep because we have so many different people that could have done the killing of Tizaketh and Selax. It could be two different people or one person. It might be Yuki, it might be the Yakuza, it might be Son, it might be Sam. And at the end of my quick summary / review of Samgladiator, when I actually tell my review and talk about everything as a whole, I will mention like the different mystery and who could have actually done it. So yeah. So now let's go to the next arc. And we have stepped into the number 1 worst arc. We have stepped into the worst arc that I could review. We stepped into the arc that wanted me to pull my eyes out of my skull. We have stepped into number 1, the worst arc of the series, worse than the Dress-Up arc, far worse, and we have left our one of the best arc, the Halloween arc, and we have stepped into the worst arc, which it is the Jerry arc from episode 51 to episode 56. So the Jerry arc is definitely on the same level as the Dress-Up arc and could be even worse, honestly. And even though this is Grion's like first big arc that he's kind of the main kid in, I feel bad for Grion to be in this position because not even Grion could save this arc. Like literally no one could save this arc, from the story ways and from the dialogues to the character, the weapon, between the character arc, between the new character Sam's gone through, and literally this feel like the Dress-Up arc but on a worse tier and even worse, like honestly. And the reason is because in the Dress-Up arc, what's the big problem we had? The big problem we had, Sam being delusional, Sam being a weirdo, Sam overthinking, and Sam only believing in one thing and not believing in his friends, and blocking his friends out, blocking Todas out, blocking Grion out in his arc, and believing in a lie that he told himself, and being delusional, ego-driven, piece of crap, horrible. And that happened in the Dress-Up arc. And now imagine that but 10 times worse, but now he has a knife, so now he's in power in forcing people to now also believe in the lies. So in the Dress-Up arc, like Sam to believe in a lie, while Tortoise is trying to convince Sam that's a lie and trying to get Sam out of that weird thinking he had with Suki. And now imagine that thing but with now with this, where Sam is believing in the lie that he, that the lie is that Grion is Totus and Totus is still around, but Grion's trying to tell Sam he's not Totus and trying to get Sam out of that thinking. But Sam got a knife and he has the power, he has Yuki with him, so he's more powerful than Totus physically. Not Totus, Grion is more physically stronger than Grion to do stuff. And even when Grion tries to do stuff, people does listen to him but can't be bothered to help. Like Grion is quite weird, and at sometimes the dialogues just feel flat. And honestly, I hate Sam this arc. This Sam I hate. The delusional, crazy piece of crap, very delusional, ego-driven. Yeah, it's this horrible piece of person, just believing in a lie that is a fat lie. So yeah, I couldn't get behind Sam. Sam was horrible. Grion was a saving grace in this arc, telling his witty, dry sense of humor, but was wonderful. Like Grion saved this arc, and I just believe this arc was quite horrible. And yeah, so to give you a summary of what happened when so Totus the drive Grion home, and Sam went back home, and Yuki and Sam to meet up in the new town. When they got to the train, Sam to run into Grion, who is Then all of a sudden Sam forced Grion to go to school and make Grion wear Tortoise uniform and start eating Doritos and acting like Tortoise. And then Rowan finally catching on, and Rowan actually helping Grion out and like forcing Sam to run away and all of that, until some few episodes later Tortoise and Grion, sorry not Tortoise, Sam and Grion, they meet up to me, and they were walking in the park until they found a very weird looking like person that looked like Tortoise. And he is Tortoise, but Sam somehow convinced Tortoise he's Jerry. So now all that happened, and now Grion is trying to convince Tortoise that he's not Jerry and he's Tortoise, and Grion is trying to convince Sam and Tortoise that he's not Tortoise and he's Grion, and it's very confusing. So that's happened, and it was very awkward dialogues with Son and Grion / Tortoise, very weird conversation dialogues with Son and Grion being, sorry I've mixed them up again, very weird interaction with Tortoise and / Jerry, which is a very awkward and weird dialogues. And basically that all that has happened, and even though Tortoise and Grion, this arc was fine, but it was Sam that did put this arc very low and honestly horrible. But let's get into the next arc, and this arc, luckily it is an extremely amazing arc and one of the biggest arc, and with mystery, and actually one of the funnest arc, and that is going to be the Gan arc. Which the Gan arc start at episode 57 and end at episode 63, having about roughly 7 episodes in the Gan arc. In the Gan arc. So now let's get into the Gan arc. Okay, now before I get into what I think of this arc, let me quickly go through the summary, because this arc is quite long and quite big. So Sam, Tortoise / Jerry / Grion / Tortoise, so they want to go get a new house, because at the moment the hotel is quite a mess, because the fishmen have broke into the house and stole their stuff. So the house is a big mess. So they decide to get a job, and Yuki they told Sam that her father is hiding. So when they went to Yuki's father, when Sam for the first time is meeting the Mr. Yakuza, Yuki's father, which it was revealed that Mr. Yakuza and Yuki, their daughter and father. So that's the big revelation, but I'm pretty sure we could easily pick it up and find it out when Mr. Yakuza forced Sam to date Yuki. But in that meeting, Yakuza told Sam and Tortoise and Grion the way they can get paid if they go and get some money from these names, and Mr. Yakuza, they gave them a book, and in the book there's names that they need to collect money from, and in one of the book was Sam, which Sam does owe Mr. Yakuza some money, because in the Newtown arc they did done some drug dealing, but anyways, but they say Sam does not have to pay for his sale, as long they get each person's money that they owe the Yakuza. So our 3 heroes, they dress up and they got free extremely nice hat, which later they got money from Mr. Dorito, from Pepe and some other cats, and even Paul Blart was in the name. And we didn't see Paul Blart for a very long time, which this is the first time we've seen Paul in quite a long time. Which later some Mr. Rowan and Okami was also on the list, the hit list. And when our 3 heroes tried to get some money from them, Rowan did run up to Tortoise, at the time Jerry, and beat the living crap out of Tortoise / Jerry, which it allows Tortoise to go out of his Jerry state and to become Tortoise once again, and making his memory come back to normal, which we see when everything went back to normal, which I'm very happy, and that happened because Now Sam is normal, Tortoise is normal, and Grion is normal once again, and they don't have mix around names. And I was extremely happy to see this. And then later on, they did, decide, what? Let's screw the Yakuza and let's steal the money. Which they stole the money to try to buy a new house. With that, the backfired because the Yakuza was after them, and with Rowan and Paul have to get involved and save Tortoise, Sam, and Grion. With the at the end, huge battle between the three heroes, with Invader, with Papa Fist, and with Mr. Rowan and Paul Blood fight against the Yakuza, and with our heroes was safe and they got away in the train with the Yakuza to run away. So that was a big final event, and which at the time was hype. Like Small J, the star, was hype when he saw the Yakuza and the police came into a gunfight. I was hype seeing this for the first time, very epic, and really was still very hype to see all of these two forces coming in to fight each other. Now let's talk about why this arc was so awesome, and it's because we gotten our main villain. Our main villain is Mr. Yakuza, and he's the main force that Sam must face to overcome, and Tortoise, Grion, and Sam must deal with Mr. Yakuza. Because Mr. Yakuza is quite a very scary villain, even though he's in a kid role play thing. He's quite a very scary person, if you ask me. And honestly, this was just hype. From start to beginning, everything that happened was just hype. Watching this, I was getting excited, or rewatching this, seeing what happened. And honestly, like watching this was fun. Seeing Sam and Tortoise and Grion at the second half of this arc finally having, conversation and actually being a character, their normal self, Sam being his normal self, it was phenomenal. And they used the difference between when they're playing their normal character and when they're playing different characters. Sam being crazy, Tortoise being Jerry, Grion being Tortoise was very weird, and the first half is not that good, but the second half does definitely save it. And even though the second half was not good, I still believe that second half is far better than the Jerry arc entirely, because even though they were acting differently, you could still feel they were being a little bit like the original characters and far better than the J arc, because in the J arc they were acting a whole different character, which I did not enjoy. But this arc was a 5-star. Honestly, we got a used fight scenes. The first used battle we got was in this arc when the Yakuza to face Rowan and Paul Blood. It was a used fight, not a fight scene, but a used like civil war between a gang and the policeman. It was hype, and seeing the different characters interacting, seeing Rowan and Paul finally being important once again, Grion signing, Tortoise signing, Sam doing Sam, was absolutely phenomenal. And this is a must watch. You don't have to watch this, but this was fun. Like watching this was fun. Now the police arc is honestly, I do believe it is the longest arc, having a 10 episode in this arc. The police arc, which is from episode 63 to episode 74. So it has an 11, no, not even 10 episodes. It has an 11 episode in the arc. So this is definitely the longest arc. And some part it definitely you can feel the pacing of this arc. But other than that, this arc is honestly top tier, and you could make an argument that this arc is in the top 3 of the base arc, top 4, top 5. And this arc is just really fun, and seeing Sam, Tortoise, and Grion interacting, having great dialogues, having great moments between all of them, and actually funny jokes that is actually gone on. How Sam and Tortoise believe when Grion put on a glasses, he would turn into Mr. Grion, who is Mr. Grion is literally a magic man from England. So I really love the small dialogues they have. This arc is actually very fun and it shows Grion, Totus and Sam's personality come out and matching well with each other, showing the different characters. But this arc, it is a great watch, and rewatching this was a lot of fun, seeing how Sam, Totus and Grion must try to stay away from the accuser and try not to expose himself and try and go against the accuser, because for the first time in the series we actually got a major threat to the main cast, which that is the accuser, and now they must deal with the accuser and they join the police. So there is a good topic, there's a good theme going on in this arc, and the ideas that Sam came up with this arc was wonderful and is a really great enjoyment. But let me quickly do the summary of this arc. So basically, after the shooting between the accuser and the policeman, Ron and Paul force Sam and Totus and Grion to work for them, and in the meantime Rowan and Paul got Sam, Totus, Grion a house to stay in and to watch the accuser and be like a mole, like watch the every movement. And then later the accuser dressed as a school kids to go and try to get Sam and Totus, and Grion try to send them out because the accuser looking for Sam and Totus and Grion because they took all of their money. So while the accuser is looking for them, Sam, Totus and Grion came up with a new identity to try and to stake out, try to watch the accuser every movement to tell the police. And later we had a very funny interaction with Paul Blood and Sam and Totus in the shower. Very, very weird, but was actually quite a small arc or two. Then later in this arc, when Sam, Totus and Grion have found enough information, and when they gave the information over to the policeman, and we learn in this arc, Pete, the human pufferfish, Pete the pufferfish, he is the head of the police department. When they told him about this, he decided for them to go around and try to catch all the accuser member, which then halfway through the arc they were trying to catch every single accuser member, and one of them being Yuki. So while our heroes catching some few accuser, we had some funny interaction with how Sam and Totus have funny reaction with the old landlord Green. And later on, for the first time in the series, we have seen one of the main heroes, one of the main cast member to kill someone, and that's been Totus. Totus was the first cast member to be on screen to kill actually somebody with a gun, and there was a whole fight between that gun, because that gun is legit a one-hit KO. Then later when they did capture Yuki, they could put her, which they did catch Yuki, and they had a whole thing where Sam and Yuki are dating, but Sam is arresting his girlfriend, but they're playing cops and robbers to try to get the end without breaking the news or all of that. So that happened. Then with that lead to our main cast going and finding Mr. Yakuza, the main villain of the series, the man behind everything. And we found out that Mr. Yakuza was probably Totus' father, because Mr. Yakuza could try to gaslight Totus to help him. But hey, to this point we do not know. But honestly, I do believe Mr. Yakuza was just trying to gaslight Totus, because Totus is from himself. But through all of this, Mr. Yakuza was trying to make Totus believe that the lie with Sam and Grion was trying to help Totus to not believe in the lie. Then later, Paul, Sam and Totus have to take Mr. Yakuza into a dustbin, which Domra was there, but later they kick him away and they killed Mr. Yakuza in the dustbin. And then so they don't want Totus to sneeze on Paul, Grion and Sam, that they actually killed the Mr. Yakuza for some reason. That doesn't make sense. I mean, it does make sense because they killed him before taking him to court, so it makes sense. But So when they took, Mr. Yakuza, after they killed Mr. Yakuza, they tried to brainwash Totus, which they did actually. Their brainwash Totus, not brainwash, but they did wipe that small moment, that small memory in his brain. And after that how the arc ends. So the arc ends, our main cause being a policeman, killing the main villain, Mr. Yakuza, and making Totus forget about that moment because Totus believed that Mr. Yakuza is his real fault. So a lot of things that happened in this arc, and this is the first time where our main cause is actually facing a huge threat, and now we have entered the final saga. We have entered the final phase in the Samgladiator High School, and now we are stepping into. This is a 100% a filler, but yeah. So we are jumping into the Christmas arc, which the Christmas arc only has 3 episodes, and the 3 episode of the Christmas arc does come before the final of the roleplay, but here's the timeline. So the timeline is, so after the policeman arc, they release the final arc, and in the middle of the final arc happening, they release the 3 episode special of the Christmas arc. But I just like to do the Christmas arc, then jumping into the final arc. So yeah, let's first do the Christmas arc, then we'll do the final arc. So ladies and gentlemen, in the internet, let's do the Christmas arc. Let me just quickly summarize what have happened into this arc. So the summary version of this arc: Sam Totus was hanging out with Jay, with Grion also saw up later to spend the Christmas with those 3, Jay, Sam, and Grion. Totus. Now the 4 of them, and it was very nice to see Jay in the spotlight, but I'll talk about that later. But later in the arc, Sam, Totus, Grion, and Jay was just walking around, hanging out until they found a giant snowman that's asking them for people to eat. So later, I think they defeat the snowman, multiple people, and every time they feed him, the snowman will grow bigger and massive. And I think they even feed Mr. Dorito into the snowman, but I can't remember. And later on, I think very early on, someone just stole Sam, Totus, Crayons, and Jay present, and it was the Grinch. And that was the small mystery of this arc. Who is the Grinch, and how is snowman keep growing, and who is the villain? The snowman or the Grinch? Because it seems like the snowman hate the Grinch and the Grinch hate the snowman. So that's the big thing that's going on in this arc. Which later on the Grinch kidnap our heroes, and it was revealed to be Dom to be the Grinch. And now they are teaming up with the Grinch, Dom Rao, to defeat the snowman, because the snowman is growing bigger and eating more people every time. And that's the arc, like in a short summarized bullet form of what happened. And not a lot of things happened, but even though there's not a lot of things that happened in the story wise, but this arc was actually quite fun, and I have much more fun watching this arc. And I think the main reason is the fact that our 4 main characters with Jay is in this arc, and Jay had a spotlight. Jay had a multiple dialogue. Jay was from first episode to the last episode. Every episode he appeared, he had a big dialogues. He is hanging out with the main cast, and our cast is talking to Jay. And it was a really nice thing seeing him hanging out. And I do think the main reason is because at this time some of the other side characters have been dead, or some other characters have turned evil. Okay, but I think that's the main reason why they didn't, bring a certain Yuki or Son to the arc, or Mr. Rowan Poor Blood, and it's because at the time, okay, that is gonna be spoiled, but I'll talk about that later. But other than that, very happy to see Jay in the story, and it was just very fun just watching all of them just interact, because it was like you're a fly on the wall, just seeing 4 friends just hang out and trying to puzzle this mystery of the snowman and the Grinch. But that's the But that's everything about this arc. Even though this arc is phenomenal, it's just really fun to watch. But now it's time to go to the main event. Now it's time to go on to the big arc, the biggest arc, and honestly the saddest arc. Let's move into the final arc. So the final arc is not that long. It's roughly around, it's 5 episodes. But the thing about the 5 episodes, each episode is important. Each episode feels important, and it leads to a big ending. And honestly, this ending of this series was beautiful. I can't lie. Every time I rewatch the ending, I can't lie. My eyes get just a little bit heavy, or maybe once or twice, depending on the mood. I let go one tear, but other than that, this is quite emotional at the end. And even though it took them quite a long time to reach this point, it does feel like a well-deserved ending and a good ending that we got. And in this arc got almost everything. It got some laughing, it made me laugh, it made me shed a tear, it made me think, it made me shock. This arc was phenomenal, and what a way to end this long series with a phenomenal and a grand ending for everyone. And this arc will make everybody, and especially me, feel something real watching this, and it just touches you in your heart. But let me give you a quick summarize of what's going on. Then I will talk about my final thoughts in the arc. Then so the summarized bullet point of this arc is that when Totus and Grion Popa kill Mr. Yakuza, they have to try to make Grion act like Mr. Yakuza to make Totus believe that his father is not dead, and then later they will do a thing where he will say he's moving into a different town and he will disappear forever. But they must go through a whole day of acting like this. And on this day, they were supposed to drop, Mr. Yakuza, as Grion was supposed to be with them throughout the day in the morning to drop them off at school and just disappear. So that was supposed to happen. But on this day, it was bring your father to school day, and so Grion was forced to be there the whole day. And Sam's father was also there, and I can't lie, Sam's father seemed more like a grandpa to Sam there than a father. Can't even lie. But this day, so for school, everybody's father was at the school. Just a day, bring your father to school day. So they go. So also Yuki, being Mr. Yakuza's daughter, they must also do the same thing with Yuki. So try to make Totus believe the lie and make Yuki still remember father, because really Mr. Yakuza is Yuki's father. So they must try to gaslight Yuki and Totus. And throughout the day, Paul was also at the school because Paul have a daughter in the school, and that is Invader. So Paul by accident told Yuki that her father is not alive, your father is dead. And even Paul Blood, the record when they shot Mr. Yakuza down, and Paul Blood, they actually saw Yuki the video of Totus and not Totus, of Grion, Paul and Sam shooting Mr. Yakuza. Was that to turn Yuki into a monster and a scary mother trucker, which Yuki went on a killing spree. So they run away from Yuki and the school, and they went into the theaters. And Yuki, they catch up to them and see that block Paul out and see the killed Paul Blood. In one of the most shocking things, Yuki the acid killed Paul Blood. And later on, they run away. They went to tell they went to go tell Rowan at first. So Rowan decided he would deal with the situation. So when Rowan went to go find Yuki, Yuki got the drop on Rowan, and Yuki they killed Rowan. So Yuki got 2 bodies, Rowan and Paul, 2 of the most fan favorite characters. And just to remember, throughout this whole series, Paul and Rowan was a very popular character, and people love Rowan and Paul. So having Yuki kill the both of them was hot dropping. And honestly, when Totus and Sam go tell and Grion, went to go tell you Okami and Silly what happened. Seeing their, reaction was quite, hot sore. Seeing how they, they got emotional, but it was hard sore seeing how they react to the news and all of this going on. So they came up with a plan. Actually, they didn't come up with a plan. Yuki, they left a book behind, and she says she want to carry on tonight at this time and bring me carry on. Then all this will stop. So then Okami and Silly won their revenge, and they told the boys that they will double cross Yuki and kill Yuki and not give up Grion. And Sam is having a hard time to do this because Yuki and Sam, they are boyfriend and girlfriend. Oh, I think I forgot to tell you guys in the review, but Sam and Yuki have become, a couple. Ever since that Halloween arc, they became a couple. So they've been a couple. They've been dating for quite a long time. So now Sam must, pick his friend or his girlfriend. So then Sam pick his friend. So leading up to this, I was hyped seeing all of this, and our three heroes who Dom is joining them in casting. At this point, Dom is a bigger character, and Dom has his whole character development, and Dom is the MVP of the series, and Dom have become one of the main characters in the series. And Dom have taken Jay's place of the main character, of the fourth main character. So Dom being the fourth main character, Dom was with our three boys when they went to go plant Rowan and Paul's body. So then it was I'm just doing a quick summarize of what is going on. But later that night, Sam, Totus, Grion, Dom, Sully, and Okami went to the school to meet Yuki, and Sam to double cross Yuki, and it turned into a big battle with Sam, Totus, Grion, the one, and Yuki was the last person stand until Yuki to jump off the school and deleting herself. Which I was ultimate shocked what's going on, surprised, and it was shocking to see all of this happen. Then we see the ghost Selax coming out, the ghost girl, and telling them they've killed the killer and now they can go rest in peace. With Selax and Totus had a very emotional scene, and Totus could finally say goodbye to Selax, and that was everything that happened. But Okami say that Sam, Totus, Grion, and Dom cannot stay in this town because the other Yakuza will be after them for killing the leader Yuki and Mr. Yakuza. That's how the series ends, and really this arc was brutal. It was emotional. We got a lot of big emotional scenes happening. Yuki and Sam, Rowan, and his family, and Paul being gone, and Selax and Totus finally having a goodbye, and it was really emotional. And honestly, this arc was peak, and what an arc to end with. But they're still open to another arc, which we'll get into, which will be the Tokyo Soul arc. But that's all, folks, and the next arc I'm gonna review, it will be a Tokyo Soul arc. But ladies and gentlemen, now I've come to the end of the series, I've come to the end of the arcs, and now it's time for me to give my final thoughts into the series as a whole. Probably be only 5 to 6 or 7 minutes long, but that's everything. That is Yandere High School. Now it's time for my final word. Now it's time for my final say, my final opinion in this season, this series, and just in general my last opinion of Samgladiator's Yandere High School. And I've rewatched this about 1,000 times. I have been in the court, so I have seen everything of Sam, and I can say this series is definitely a main reason why Sam was a huge success story when it comes to Minecraft YouTuber, because Sam is the biggest and best role player Minecraft thing ever. And when you compare this roleplay to other roleplay, and there's a huge gap between them, because Sam's roleplay feel not forced. It feels easy. It feels natural. It feels like a real people actually talking to each other, having their own ideas, and having they seem different and they don't seem one dimensional. Sam is honestly a very complex character. Totus himself, a little bit complex. Grion, he's a little bit complex, but he has only been in the series about roughly 4 arcs. So but I'm telling you now, we will see more of Grion in his character arc and his character as a whole. But it's just every cast man will feel different. Every Sam's cast in his role player is unique and has its own personality. Like his character is its own different sort that you can appreciate and enjoy by itself. And honestly, this series was phenomenal, and this series is quite a little bit dark, but sometimes it can be very lightful to watch it. And honestly speaking, the themes in this series is like very dark but hopeful at the same time. And the series is funny. The series will make you crack a smile once or twice, or even get you to laugh out loud like me more times. But this series means something to me because I really enjoy this, and watching Sam and his roleplay and his characters coming to light was amazing. And let's talk about the different characters. Let's talk about Jay. Even though at the beginning Jay was a very big character, and coming to the end Jay definitely fell off and does not feel like a main cast and like a main character, even though I think Jay is a very popular guy in the series. Because if I look at the wiki, I'm pretty sure a lot of people will enjoy Jay. And even when I read the comments on the videos, I can see some people is asking for Jay, and they see Jay is not in the series, a lot near the end and all of those. But I'm sure if like the actor of Jay, who does the thing, if he's more like if we have more free time, then I'm so simple easy just add Jay into 1 or 2 scenes and will make up for it. And yeah, and seeing Dom, I think Dom has the best character growth and character development in the whole series, from being a jerk, a bully, a daddy boy, and a weak-minded character that is only scared of his father. And like honestly, like, and Dom was very rich at the start of the arc, at the start of the series. Dom had a lot of money. Then near the end he became poor, he became humble, and he's not ego driven. He's just a humble, kind, genuine, very funny still. But Dom's just become a very lightful, like humble character that is poor but is great at the same time. I mean, it's not great to be poor, but but Dom character growth was phenomenal. From not being able to stand against his father, to turn into someone that has to go out of his way to actually attack his father. And the whole time allowing Mr. Dorito to verbally abuse Dom, to turn into Dom fighting back into a humble character. And seeing Dom near the end, like actually Dom and Jay had a very opposite direction. Jay from the start being a great and a very popular character and being every episode and just common, to turn into a character that don't even show up anymore. And Dom is the opposite. He didn't even show up a lot in the start, and Dom was not even in the first 3 or 4 episodes. And near the end, then Dom started to pick up, and Dom actually joined the main cast. And Dom is the 4th main character in the roleplay. And seeing that Dom will go and join Sam, Grion, and Totus to a different journey and being with them I can't wait to see Dom. And I can't wait to talk about Dom later in the series with Tokyo Soul. And Grion, even though we don't see Grion a lot, Grion, I have to say a lot of positive stuff about Grion, so I won't stay on this topic for long. But Grion, he's just fit perfectly. He jokes, he's like the way he talks, it just fit perfectly like a glove. And Grion's whole new approach to the themes are different. His whole different atmosphere, tone, everything is different from Sam and Totus. It added different atmosphere, and I really enjoy Grion being here and Grion being the third main character was definitely a huge thing that happened. Totus, I just say, now here is my whole Totus thing. Totus has been the base from day one to the last episode. From the first episode to now, Totus has been the base. When it comes to his jokes, when it comes to Totus as a character, when it comes to Yin, just doing his own stuff, just being a hustler, trying to get money, just being a lady man. Totus has been phenomenal, and seeing his growth from like getting a girlfriend, and when that girlfriend did pass away, having a hard time to build like a nation, having a hard time to find a new girl, then having Yuki, then having Sean Yandere. It really shows Totus' growth, and I'm very happy for Totus as where his character is coming from. And I know for a fact Totus' character will get more focus on next season, and it seems like they don't really Totus was great. Sam, the only problem I had with Sam is when he goes all ego mode, when he go crazy. That's my only problem with Sam. When Sam go crazy, it's unsufferable television. Like, I cannot enjoy Sam when he go all crazy mode. But everything else, I love Sam to the final bit of tea. Everything Sam do, I love. Sam is a top tier character in this series, and I do love Sam, Totus, and Grion. And I'm very happy Yuki got a lot of focus near the end, and I think it was a well-deserved focus because Yuki is a good character, very complex, and Yuki being a villain, as he like the real villain from all on, is honestly the best thing. And Yuki, honestly, speaking the truth, I love Sam and Yuki relationship. That relationship seems so complex and awesome to me, and it feels very different between Totus and Selex, and Totus and Sean, and I just love their relationship between Sam and Yuki, and Sam and Yuki's relationship is, I love this relationship. It feels so different and unique, and only if Yuki was still around more or appear in more episodes to be the main character, I think Yuki and this relationship with Sam would be even more popular. I just really love how they deal with each other, everything, and Yuki being a complex skater by herself and Sam being a complex skater by himself just add a whole new dimension to the characters. I love Yuki and Sam, honestly. Rowan and Paul, I love them. They were goats. They are the goats, and they are my favorite characters. Paul and Rowan, my favorite characters. Okami was phenomenal, silly. So all of those stuff. But let's talk about the small details that I really hated, and sometimes it doesn't make sense, like how if they killed the Yakuza, they would be in a lot of trouble, but technically they were defending themselves because Mr. Yakuza just killed a police officer, so that was a reason to kill Mr. Yakuza, because they would defend themselves, and Mr. Yakuza was not will not go to jail by his own terms, and they have to force their hands to kill Mr. Yakuza. So I don't understand why they have to do that, where they have to make Totus forget that, to do all that. That part does not make sense to me. I really hated that plot, and I think I had to say that in the video. I cannot stand the arc. I think that not the arc. I love the arc, but the scene and the why that it just didn't make sense to me. But the arc is still good. I just must speak, okay? But yeah, but even when it comes to the dialogues, they do mix each other up, and they do recon a lot of things in the arc, and I think it's mostly because in this series Sam don't allow script. There's no script. There's just, there are some stuff that is planned out, but most of the stuff is not planned out, and there is a small script that plan ABC, script ABC, and that's all. And not everything is scripted So I do understand Totus and Sam and even the actor will get mixed up and forgot what was the original thing. And okay, sure, but I mean, just try to remember what's going on at least. But I do understand why do they, retcon a lot of stuff, because Sam and Totus will forget what happened, and that's fine enough. But I mean, it was a very frustrating and annoying when they do retcons and stuff. I would get annoyed very quickly. But other than that, I'm fine with it. It's just the retconning some arcs feel flat, and yeah, that's my only problem with the series. So, the internet of the internet, please like the video and please subscribe. And guys, I'm going to see you guys soon. Goodbye.